past few days, the past week, I've seen some interesting articles even on Star City. Sam Black was talking. He worked on like a Tensor Tezzeret build, and Mike Flores has been kind of pushing the mono white control, and he also is working on like a Tezzeret Infect build as well. So those are some interesting new decks. Hopefully we'll see some people rocking those.
Here today we have 488 players joining us here in Boston. On your screen, you can see on your left Christian Calcano, his opponent Edwin. I'm going to say Hinojosa. It could be Hinojosa.
Could be.
But besides Christian Calcano, some names you might recognize: Jerry Thompson.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah. Anyone else of note?
Brian Kibler is actually here. I talked to him a little while earlier. We've got the Star City Ringers here. I've seen Alex Bertoncini, AJ Soccer's here. I believe I saw Edgar Flores as well.
Right. I know from the local area, Melissa DeTora and Brian Lynch are here, for those of you who are local fans.
Quite a lot of interesting people in the crowd. I saw KYT from ManaDeprived.com and the A-Team podcast, the Crazy Talk podcast. He's on a number of podcasts. He's a good guy. I think this is maybe his first Star City event. He's from Canada, so he drove down.
Right. In former Arizona semi-pro, Tony Teapup Palioka is here. For those of you who are back in the MTG Pro or MTG Wacky days, it's a long time ago.
Yeah, that's a name I don't recognize.
Former U.S. national team member Carl Dillahay. Okay. Christian Calcano taking a mulligan. This is game 3, as you can see on your screen. We had another match set to go, but by the time that we were ready, apparently an Inferno Titan had killed somebody twice.
Yeah.
I don't know if that deck was Rug or if it was mono red.
Right.
It was what? Yeah, it was a big red mono red deck. 2-0, quickly rolling his opponent, playing Valakut. Now, I'm going to say, having played a lot of Big Red lately, because I'm trying to get that deck to work, Valakut is a hard matchup. I'm going to... apparently the guy that won thought it was unwinnable. I'm going to bet that the Valakut player in that matchup might have been playing a Lotus Cobra build, and maybe got his Cobras killed, or else... Oh, here we go, we got to start. Right. Edwin on the play with a first turn preordain.
That's a popular turn 1 play. I think in standard right now.
Now, I've definitely read a lot of work about Callblade. I'm not sure what we have on the opponent's side, but we have Raging Ravine, so probably Rug, given Christian Calcano's background.
Maybe Rug.
Rug Mirror.
Yeah.
There we go.
There's the Cobra. I know a lot of people have just been talking about how big of an impact that Cobra has. It's just, on the format in general. You got it in Valakut. Valakut lists are now starting to run it. It's obviously a staple in Rug, and it's just like I think it's the number 1 target, I think, for removal when in the early turns, besides Stoneforge Mystic.
Yeah. It's interesting because Lotus Cobra is a card that gives you a lot of power, but at the same time, by placing it in your deck, it's not a very stable means of power. 1 toughness is pretty easy to deal with. Okay. Turn 3. Now, obviously, Edwin has a huge advantage here, having Cobra versus no Cobra. He casts Explore here, and he could just do a whole ton of hurt on Christian right now.
Yeah, he's definitely got a Scalding Tarn in hand, which
there it is.
is.
There we go.
And a Raging Ravine.
And he says go. Nothing to do with all of that mana.
No gas. So Christian here.
Looking for his opening. Cast Explore.
Seems like Christian is just a turn behind everything that Edwin does, except Christian didn't happen to get the Cobra.
Yeah, which almost makes him like 2 turns behind.
The only thing looking in Calcano's favor right now is that Edwin didn't have a way to capitalize on all that explosive mana.
Right now, if I were Christian, whether or not it's in my deck after sideboarding, I would love to have a bolt just to burn that Cobra.
Yeah, because as soon as Edwin top decks something, a Titan or anything significant.
Oh, look at Christian's face there. He's not happy.
He's thinking, man, I wish I kept those bolts in.
He might have them right in there. You know?
Yeah,
It's one of those interesting questions because obviously Bolt in this matchup basically hits Cobra and it can hit Oracle.
yeah.
And other than that, you've got to do a lot of work to kill something.
Pretty much, yeah.
He can keep up with a Mana Leak here. A Mana Leak can stop, you know, some stuff, but that Cobra can make Mana Leak much worse.
Yeah.
There we are. Bolt. Now he's doing this during the upkeep, partly because with the Cobra and that fetch land, Edwin could just Mana Leak it right away. And so he wants to take out the mana for Edwin during the upkeep. I think we're going to see a Mana Leak most likely here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He didn't crack that fetch for no reason. Oh, then again, he could have. It's a
Flash freeze works too. We are in game 3 after all. I think I just saw a Mana Leak. It might be a preordained, but
Edwin in
he has hands.
Second Raging Ravine.
Yep. Yeah, that's a Mana Leak. Attacks for 2. If we don't count the lands, that's First Blood.
Yeah. Alright, so Christian. Is this a Jace? Yes, it is.
Jace.
And there's a
with
Mana
the
Leak
leak.
for Jace.
Yep.
And a Halimar Depths to do rough approximation of Jace's Jace's first ability.
Right, right.
Saying, well, couldn't have the Jace, or at least get something of a brainstorm out of it.
Looks like 3 cards in Christian's hand. And is that 1 card for Edwin?
I believe that's what it looks like to me, yeah.
Yep.
So
I think I
that
see
was
an Explorer.
Yeah. So, and he's Edwin going on the attack with the Raging Ravine and the Lotus
6
Cobra.
damage. Once that Ravine's at 4, like 4 power, soon to be 5, that's actually much more difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
I think we might see a Titan here, though.
Yeah, we could. I mean, Edwin being tapped out, and Christian on his 6th land. I think that may be Christian's only hope at the moment. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Making a game of it. Inferno Titan comes down, kills the Cobra, and did 2 damage to Edwin.
I think that's a Mana Leak amongst the other things that are there.
Yeah, it looks like a
Mana Leak preordained.
And we know he has Explorer. But yeah, Raging Ravine is one of those cards that I think whenever somebody's playing it against me, it's one that I'm always kind of afraid of. If I don't pay attention to it, it seems to come out of nowhere if I forget about it.
Edwin says go, which means that Inferno Titan, that guy can hit for 6 plus 3 for his Arc Lightning, plus 2. That's 11 if he wants it. He's probably not going to go that far in, but just 9. Just 9.
Yeah,
one
just
hit
9.
and a kill. Completely free of blue mana on the other side. This Jace is going to come without any problems whatsoever.
Yeah.
And looks like it's getting a brainstorm.
Yeah, Christian right back in this game. Edwin had the fast start, but couldn't take advantage of it.
Right. It's the ramp without anything to ramp into.
Yeah.
I think he might have kept on Lotus Cobra plus Flash Freeze.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem too bad if he thinks, he had a preordain. Maybe he would dig into some gas, but it doesn't look like it. And from the reaction on his face right now, it looks like he's still not. Yeah, I think that's a forest. It's definitely a forest in his hand. I'm not sure if that was what he drew, but I think it was. And that forest is not going to do much to stop a Titan and a Planeswalker.
Yeah, I mean, what he essentially needs right now is access to either double bolt, or if not that, something unusual like of volition reigns, and to have that resolved, because if he just drops a Inferno Titan, Jace will just bounce it, and then Christian will kill him.
Yeah. Yep.
There it is. There it is.
So that's the match. Christian Calcano takes the opposing rug deck down, takes down the rug mirror. That is.